What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Pretty exciting day, commitment day for a lot of players. As you can see, we're starting to sign Tyler Dush, and you also notice there's only one kicker on the board. We'll get back to that in just a moment, but I want to say this was a really rewarding experience. When you look at the hours in terms of the recruitment time the game gives you, I think in many cases we used all that, and certainly we've probably put a real hour into the game at this point, trying to figure out what players we wanted, make sure that all their interests were met, bring them out to the college, continue to sell them. And when you get to a player like Jalen Weckman, who we've been after since the beginning, he actually does not commit. The number 180th defensive back in the country. Yet we go to players above him and we do get commitments right away. And I think that's really one of the most rewarding aspects of the game, is knowing that everything isn't set in stone. You know, you can go get a commitment from the 136th running back after you literally just pitch a shutout and use your running back all game long. You can get a commitment from the number 126th ranked running back, but you may not get the commitment from that defensive back that you've had your eye on the entire time. So I was actually really excited to see all these players commit. And I still had in the back of my mind a little bit of apprehension because we obviously wanted Weckman, but now we have a better defensive back option. Is it time that I take him off the board? Or do I want to maybe look at that depth or say, you know what? You didn't want to come play for us now. You're not going to play for us later. So it is kind of an interesting thing to see how quickly these players committed, but how much time we have left on the board. And I initially went to just see if we could get this kicker, number 425, on the board. I've talked about maybe bringing in more than one kicker just because it's been a horrible position for us. And you can see he doesn't commit, but I decided, you know what? Let's go back over and see if we can find some diamonds real quick, because we've got some recruitment time left. You've got players here that are pretty heavily involved in other teams. I did also want to check where we were in terms of maybe trying to find a quarterback, and I was really amazed that as soon as I got to a position with some of these players where we follow kind of that same mold that we've been doing, going through and unlocking everything, and then trying to just peak where they were and sell them on the school, we were getting into a position where you've got certain players like the number 51st quarterback in the country hanging up on you. So you weren't getting that immediate go get these players that perhaps you thought you would when everybody else is recruiting, and you can see, hey, there's no shortcuts. You can't just wait until you've got a decent team built, you've got a player that you want, and instead of going through the motions, you just haphazardly start trying to unlock things and see if he's going to sign with you. Now, you know, you take a look at other players that aren't as good. You know, it's interesting. We can go and get Quade Rybaki, the number 43 ranked linebacker in the country, when we really didn't even do a whole lot. But that's not going to be a key position for us. That may not actually even be a starting position. But there you see, we did get the kicker to commit even before we went out. He committed over the weekend. So pretty cool stuff here. Obviously, kind of a breath of fresh air in terms of knowing we're going to bring in some fresh players, and hopefully those players will be better than the players we have here. We really don't know as we progress forward to next season. Love to know what you guys think about this. Appreciate you checking it out, and you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.